Good afternoon. I'm Colin Chisholm, Staff Sergeant of the Calgary Police Service Homicide Unit. We have arrested and charged 2 more men in connection with the murder of Shane Eric James Smith. Shane was reported missing by family members on Sunday, June the 7th, 2020. He was last seen in the community of McKenzie Towne on Saturday, June the 6th, 2020. We believe Shane was killed sometime late Saturday night on June 6th at a residence in southeast Calgary. As the investigation continued, we were able to identify and charge 2 men in connection with Shane's murder. On Thursday, August the 13th, 2020, we arrested Andrew Joseph Leger-Wagner, 23 of Calgary, and Andrew Thomas Bablitz, 24 of Calgary. Together, they are facing more than a dozen charges, including obstruction of justice, indignity to a human body, providing false statements, public mischief, as well as other charges. On Tuesday, June 16th, 2020, we charged Ian Charles Abercrombie, 24 of Calgary, with second-degree murder, indignity to a human body, and breaching a court order and a firearms prohibition order. We still have not located the remains of Shane and continue to ask for the public and the media help, and the media's help for this. We are concentrating our search in the Bow River, downstream of the Deerfoot Trail Bridge, located south of Seton Boulevard, near the Calgary City South Calgary city limits. We are looking to speak to anybody with information about the death of Shane or the whereabouts of his remains. Citizens with information are asked to call the non-emergency line of the Calgary Police Service at 403-266-1234 or Crime Stoppers anonymously. I'll take your questions now.
Why are these charges coming 2 months after the alleged homicide? What took so long?
Well, it always takes time in a homicide investigation to gather evidence, and we require charge approval from the Crown to lay charges. So we needed to make sure that we had all of our investigation complete in order to lay these charges.
Are the accused known to the victim?
All 3 accused were known to the victim.
Do investigators anticipate more charges in the future? Are you still searching for suspects?
We're not searching for other suspects at this time. We don't anticipate laying further charges, but if information was to come forward, we'd obviously look at that.
Have any public tips come in about this case that have helped in the investigation?
There have been tips that have helped with the investigation, yes.
Can you explain the obstruction of justice charges and why those were filed?
Well, obstruction of justice is obviously obstructing us in our investigation and the whole justice process. So as a result of them helping with disposing of the body, that is why these charges were laid. That charge was laid.
How frustrating is it for investigators to have not have found Smith's body?
Oh, it's very frustrating for us, and it's probably even more frustrating for the Smith family. Finding their Shane's remains will go a long way to alleviating some of the grief that the Smith family's going through.
Yeah, because we've heard that families taking upon themselves to start searching as well. Have police been helping out as well?
We have been concentrating our search right from the beginning to the location described earlier, downstream from the Bow River Bridge at Deerfoot Trail, near the South City limits, yeah.
And just to reiterate, what information are police still seeking from the public?
Well, we're seeking any other information that people may have in relation to the homicide or the remains of Shane, where they are.
You mentioned your investigation was complete, except for that. What's the one key that's missing? It's obviously Mr. Smith's body.
That's right, absolutely. But as far as he was asking about why we waited 2 months to lay charges. We have to make sure that we have evidence moving forward in order to complete that part of the investigation, to lay those charges.
Any other questions?
Okay, thanks very much.
Thanks, sir.